Chaos erupted in Porte this morning when a pipeline burst into a wall of fire just before 10 a.m., unleashing intense heat that ravaged the landscape. Grass fires ignited, power lines were destroyed, and a neighborhood playground melted in flames. A multi-agency response from across the area rushed to the scene. Firefighters doused homes with water in the East Meadow subdivision to shield them from the relentless heat as the massive flames shot hundreds of feet into the air.
This all happened like around 9:50, 10 o'clock in the morning. It's like it happened like 10 minutes before my alarm. I couldn't remember what time exactly. It happened around those times. And I heard a big boom. And the next thing you know, the house started shaking. I was like, what was that? And I ran out of my bedroom. I looked out the window. Couldn't see nothing. I ran downstairs and opened the front door. I saw this. And I see the fences were on fire. I was like, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here. I even called my neighbor across the street. Hey, there's a fire. You need to get out of the house. And that's when people started evacuating.
Today I got a call from my niece and she said, hey, did you hear what happened? And I said, no, what happened? And she told me there's a fire at the house and it's right there with the little park where the kids play. And it's 4 houses down from where the fire is. You know, my house is 4 houses down from where this fire is at. And I said, oh my God, you know, I said, so I left work frantic, you know, I was worried about my family because I knew they were getting out, but you know, a lot of things can happen if everything, you know, starts exploding one after another. That's what was worrying me, you know, that maybe the explosion wasn't going to stop. Thank God nothing else has happened. I mean, they're trying to keep it contained, I can tell, but I mean, it's scary. It's scary because we don't know. I understand there's a lot of smoke damage. By my neighbor just told me that she went to her house to get her pets, and there's a lot of smoke damage. And she said, we are going to have a lot of smoke damage in our house.
Spencer Highway was closed and San Jacinto College, along with 2 elementary schools, sheltered in place as neighbors scrambled from work to try to get home, only to find it was too dangerous for some to enter the area.
Well, I was already at the office, so my first warning was the Deer Park City's got a great text message alert system. So we got the text message alert saying, hey, there's a problem, avoid the area, you know, and then start looking into it a little bit, and it's like, oh, that's where my house is. And, you know, turned on the news, the live streams and things to try and get the information, the latest, and saw the little grass fire working its way towards my house, and said, I need to go get my pup out. So I got my dog sitting, I got the truck on, so he's in some AC now. But, you know, I was able to get the police, the firefighters let me go get my dog. And now it's kind of wait and see. Obviously it's got to burn out, go down, get put out, however that's going to work. And then get back inside the house, because when I went to get the dog, I didn't get to inspect, I didn't get to look for any damage or do any proactive steps like, you know, move the propane grill out of the backyard to the front yard or something, you know.
It's pretty much the waiting game at this point.
Yeah. Have you seen an explosion like this before?
No. I mean, the last explosion I known about was the refineries 2 years ago, and that's how I got sick. This one, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
What I'm more worried about is my house.
Is your house okay right now?
Like, from so far, it's okay, but the problem was my garage is open. And I tried to close it, and come to find out the power, I guess, went out at the time.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, forget it. Just leave it open. I just locked the door behind me. I said, hope and pray the house doesn't burn down, and just hope everybody's safe and sound. That's all that mattered. But I feel bad for the people, like the first 2 houses right next to the park, though. They lost their home.
4 people were injured, 2 heat-related injuries, and 2 hospitalizations, including a firefighter with minor injuries.
I've texted some of my neighbors that, you know, right around me. Some of them were told to get out because they were home, and some weren't home because, you know, working day. Yeah. So we'll see. But as far as I know, everybody's safe. It's just figure it out.
We don't even know where we're going to go. I mean, I guess we're going to have to go to a hotel more than likely tonight. You know, we don't have no clothes. We don't have anything, but we'll be okay.
The massive flame was under control by mid-afternoon, although officials say it will take several more hours, possibly another day, to completely burn out. Meanwhile, residents have to wait before they can begin to pick up the pieces.
There's a dozen or something pipelines there, so it's kind of what you get when you live in Deer Park.
I mean, I'm just hoping that, you know, everybody is safe and that this can burn out quick so everybody can go back to their homes and, back to our normal lives as God's willing after everything, settles.
The pipeline is owned by Energy Transfer LNG, and investigators are trying to determine a direct cause for the explosion. One note of interest is an unknown car that was parked on right-of-way land next to the valve that exploded. Reporting from LaPorte, this is Mike Acosta with news that matters to you on Houston City Beat.